Let's see if there's a rock or something here.
All right. Good afternoon, folks, and depending on where you're at, good morning. This is your man, all the way George Page, aka the Emperor, female bodybuilding talk, coming to you live on YouTube. And we have a very special guest, a lady who I've become quite fond of. If you follow my channel a while back, she stood up in a situation where back in early this summer in the Puerto Rican Pro, there was only three competitors, and she was one of three ladies who switched from women's physique to women's bodybuilding. And right here we have a lady of IFBA Pro, military veteran, and just a beautiful woman of Caribbean descent, one Miss Stacey Nunez. Good morning, Miss Nunez, and how are you doing?
Good morning, good afternoon. I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yes, it's a pleasure to finally get to meet you. Not like face to face in person, but you know how it is with now with technology. You can talk to somebody across the side of the world.
Exactly. New technology. How is it going?
Well, it's going fine. It's just another, like I said, another slow day. Living where I live in like a one stop like town, so there's not much going on. So anyway, tell us some more for us who don't know you. Give us a history of yourself and how you got into the sport of bodybuilding.
So I was born in Belize, Central America.
Hmm.
Um, I've always been an athlete, from ballet to running track in high school, junior high, and then I started bodybuilding back in 2008. I was stationed in Africa, and I started lifting with the Marines. And just, I've always loved it because my uncle, who is my biggest influence, he's a retired bodybuilder, and he still holds the title of the country, which is Mr. Belize, Noel Nunez. So the influence is there. It's all in the family. It was just um, time for me to actually venture into the industry. So I did my first competition in 2010 in Bahrain, in the Middle East, and ever since then, I haven't stepped off the stage. I think I stepped off maybe like 2 years because of military obligation, but other than that, I've been there. I've been competing. It's what I love.
That's great. It's just a history that you followed the footsteps as your uncle. You came to the sport. Like it's now going around your uncle. Did you really know a lot about the sport of bodybuilding before you became a competitor?
No, I didn't actually. I just saw him, you know, being a buff guy. I didn't know what it took, what it entailed to become a bodybuilder. I knew what it entailed to be a track runner, a sprinter, high jumper, and a ballerina, but I didn't know as far deep into bodybuilding until later on
Mm,
in the sport, once we actually had to sit down and he started breaking it all down to me. And then, you know, I got a
mhm.
better knowledge of the sport.
Yeah. Right here we have our some guests, some of our guests here. One Mr. Brooke Brown, my brother George, the Emperor of What Up, Bro. Also, KL Ain't No Angel. Salute to you for your service to our country, ma'am. That's what we said. And nice cut, George. Looking good for an interview. Thank you, Brooke. Yeah. Yeah, I had to shave the wool because a situation happened. I had a family member pass away. I had to go to a funeral, so I had to look a little more clean cut instead of looking like a woolly mammoth. But and also, Brooke Burrell says she's the total package, beauty, brain, and power. You got a fan.
I thank you. I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Now, you first competed. What was the feeling when you hit the stage? What was it like?
My first competition, of course, I'm a nervous wreck every single time. Um, but I wanted to get out there and see what it's like to compete. So I did the nutrition, I trained, and so I went and I competed.
Mm. And how
Just
did you?
went for it.
Yeah. And how did you place in that show? How did you do? How you felt like you did?
that my first show, I don't even know my placing in that first show. Because I really don't know how they judged in the Middle East because of the culture, it's kind of hard. Like we had to be partially your body bathing suit was definitely
Covered.
not like my bathing suit it is now. I had like
Yeah.
a full bottom, full brief type bottoms. Um, so gauging from then and now, I'm guessing, mainly they focused on to see the musculature, not the posing and not the suit. It's
Mhm.
pretty much just clean cut what's there.
Yeah, because I
That's
know in the
it.
Middle East, it's traditionally that women should not be seen, be totally covered, and I think there's, I
Yeah.
know, I saw one time was watching a video of an MMA fighter who was Muslim, and she didn't even have her head thing on while she was fighting, and I've seen videos of female bodybuilders from the Middle East, and they are fully clothed, and you don't see their arms, you can see the detail of the muscle under the clothing, but you don't really see how they look, and that's like and
Yeah.
especially when you're doing a show and competing, it's just a difficult thing. Why don't you just shoot or hold the camera?
Second?
I said, you want you just shoot or hold the camera?
Oh no, I'm good. No, I'm good.
All righty. Yeah, this is a strong woman, folks. My man Brooke Brown again, U.S. soldier, pro bodybuilder, truly a phenomenal woman. And here goes Brooke. Miss Stacy, if you didn't mind me saying, you are truly are a goddess. Brooke is a fan. He loves you, ladies. He does.
I appreciate it, Mr. Brooke. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Now, when did you get into service? Because you say originally you were the Navy, but now you're in the Army. When that happened?
So I joined the military in October 13th, 1998 is when I joined the Navy.
Hmm. And how long were you
And
in the
I,
Navy?
I was in the Navy for 14 years. I got out for 2 years. And after being out for 2 years, doing a full time mom thing, um, training, I decided that I miss it. And so I joined the Army in
Uh,
2014.
Oh, and you are a mother. That's very special because you know what? I speak about this, and people don't talk about it like that. There are women who are bodybuilders who are mothers. I did a series was called Moms with Muscles, and that's a special breed to be a woman and to be an athlete and to compete in such a sport where generally, most good more often most women don't have kids, but there's a growing number of women who are getting the sport, moms before they get in the sport and competing. And this is a question: yeah, how old is your child?
My daughter is 17 years old.
Yeah, and and how she feels when her mom's on the stage flexing, and what's it like when y'all together?
Oh, she's a proud daughter. She always,
Mhm.
every time I listen to my videos after I hear her, that's my mom. That's my mom.
She said,
So
"That's my
she's very proud.
mom. That's my mom." That's
Exactly.
beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Like children, we love our mothers. Especially for us young men, our mothers are our first true loves because we can't, you support us, we love you, you know. But like I said, it's just, what would you think? As would she ever consider keeping up the family tradition like you and your uncle? Would she ever think about doing it herself?
She's currently she's an athlete, but I don't push anything on her. I don't have her restricted as far as dieting and any of that stuff. I let her be a child. Once she decides on her own that she wants to get into the bodybuilding and or anything athletic, then I'll let her make that decision. But um, I don't know that she would be a competitor because she's really shy and maybe she'll get out of it eventually. But if I can't find her in the house, I know where she is. Somewhere in her
Mm-hmm.
room doing sit-ups, push-ups. If a dumbbell is missing, I know where it is. So she does it behind the doors, closed doors. She does her thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're a big influencer, and I think she wants to follow the leader when it comes to that. Now, as you know, you have done a couple of shows this year, as you know, the Puerto Rico Pro and the Savannah. And what was it like doing those two shows, especially the Linda Murray show? That's one of the I think a popular show has been since it started last year.
Yes. Actually, I actually love the show. Um, yes, it's a smaller show, but anything with eight-time Miss Olympia, is gonna be great. So
Hmm.
it was a very smoothly ran show. Um, Not the results that we wanted, but again, you never know where you stand and how you measure up until you get into the fight. And that's what I went for. I wanted to go into the fight to know where I measure up with those Olympians so that I can better prepare myself for 2022 season.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, one thing is like there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now, especially as you recently you've seen. We had a couple of passing aways in the sport, and it's just, and I know dealing with people. Have you ever had a situation where people saying, "Why'd you get into this sport? It's so masculine, and so it's not it's not for women. We you feel like we're not as feminine, or you like you ever had to deal with people like that?"
Fortunately for me, I get the opposite. They're like, "Oh, you're so feminine. You don't look like the other women." But I also let people know that we all have a choice and we all make decisions of how we want to look. I mean, you go into the industry knowing what it entails. What are you willing to sacrifice? At the end of the day, it's their decision, it's their lives, and it's their bodies. So how far they're willing to push to get to where they want to go, that's on them. I always tell people, don't judge because you never know why that individual started this journey.
Hmm.
So you're
Yeah.
better off just asking questions. Just talk to them. Ask them, like you're asking me, what influenced me? You never know what influenced the next woman and why she decided to do what she's doing.
Hmm. Yeah, and like I said, it's a tough sport. And we also, folks, if you watching this video, her social media stuff in the description. Also, we also have a cash app. Like I said, the sport of bodybuilding, this lady, yes, is expensive sport. And we mentioned this. I mentioned often
That it is.
between between everything from makeup. Like back in the day, it used to be just you had one posing suit, and then your makeup. That's about it, and your tan and stuff like that. But now, since the last few years, it has gotten expensive. The cost of suits, the cost of travel, the cost of everything else. And these ladies don't have sponsors. That's the hard part about it because most companies don't want to sponsor the women. They'll sponsor the men or certain type of models like bikini competitors because they fit the narrative what they want to sell. But these ladies, I would say like this: if you're out there, if you're a sponsor, some of these ladies can use sponsors for the next shows. This really help them out in their pockets. And like I said, when you realize how expensive it was, you ever say like, God, I think I might well just be done. I mean, I can put this money in my pocket and go about my business.
No, it's just like buying a car. If I go to the Ferrari dealership, I know that the Ferrari car note is going to be X, Y, and Z. The gas is going to be X. So what I did was I know that the sport is expensive. So I said, okay, this is how many shows I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it 120%. I'm going to give it my
Mm-hmm.
all. So regardless of how much it costs, I still do the show. Because it's a sport that I love. And
Mm-hmm.
once you have passion for it just comes like second nature. Honestly, I don't even think about it. I know it is really expensive, and I think about it probably after like, oh man, I just spent 3 stacks on the last show. I spent 3 stacks on the next show. But I mean, I went all the way to Bahamas, and it's not cheap, yes, but it's what I love, and I do it because I love the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right here we have in my man, the underrated darkness, the number one grinder. He says good afternoon to the panel and the chat. Also, my partner in crime, Jared. Hi, I'm going to lurk. Got something I'm doing in the background. That's my partner. We do our Muscle Talk Mondays. He's my historian. I call him my hand of the well, not hand of the king, hand of the emperor. And also, once again, you got your fan Brooke. Miss Stacy, do you ever run into men who find you to be intimidating to your Navy and Army background? and the fact that you are a pro athlete. Yeah, that's right. You think like guys be intimidated by you, you know?
Um, yes, they are intimidated by me. But those are the people that I don't look at, because if you're intimidated by me, then are you really a man?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh yo, oh damn, oh that's like a a Rocky Balboa body blow hits. Like
I'm a straight shooter. I mean, there's no need to sugarcoat anything. I mean, I joined the military because I wanted to be in the military. We all have choices. We all, you know, make decisions. I chose to be in the military. I didn't duck and dodge it. I went. I knew what I wanted, so I went for it. So if you, as a man, can't make that decision, or you're intimidated by the decisions that I made, then you might want to take another look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Whiskey Tango Foxtrot," as we would say in the military. What the?
ooh. Well, I'm proud to say I had a couple people in my family. My oldest niece and my youngest nephew. They my niece she just get out of about a couple of months about a couple years ago, and my nephew he's still in. And I remember a long time ago when he was stationed in Afghanistan, and my mother and me we would pray every day for him to come back home because we're worried about because we practically we practically raised them and it's just and we really appreciate what the sacrifice, what men and women of the military have done for us. I thought about it myself when I was younger, but I'm kind of wishy-washy.
I mean, like everything else in life, it's not for everyone. But once you're in there, you're in there. And it's a different type of family. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, because I think it's that camaraderie bond, especially like brothers in arms, sisters in arms. You see, you get your how the man say, you got your boots to the ground, 10 toes down. You're marching, your cadences, all that. That's a lot of we have to respect that for that. Right here we have here is my man KL ain't no angel. He's one of my followers. He follows my stuff. He had to say, if you come to New York, Stacy, I would like to film you flexing and get a photograph. Yo, he's a New Yorker. He's from New York.
Uh, we're in New York. I may be in New York here shortly, actually. So definitely follow my Instagram and or shoot me a message on Instagram, and
Yeah,
I'll definitely we can coordinate something while I'm in town.
yeah.
Have a
K
fun.
I, I guess KL. All you gotta do is check in the description. You'll find her IG, her Facebook, all her social media information. If you're really serious about doing this, because like I said, a lot of these ladies, like I said, just last week we just had the Rise of Phoenix. Some ladies didn't make the money part of it, and they do to make income. Ladies have to do photos, video sessions, and they do like what I call it for if I'm a smo, and we call them the beat the meat websites. So no offense, but that's what it is. And this is the way for ladies to make income between shows because it's expensive. And even when you win a show, it's not that much. You think about it, because compared to the males, the guys would like I said,
Exactly.
yeah, they had the Olympia about last year. I was watching that. We just like one of the biggest shows was the Rising Phoenix where women walked, where Andrew Shaw took a second turn, and she walked with $50,000 and another Corvette, and
Hmm.
and that's pretty good. And then she goes to the Olympia, wins another $50,000, while the big Rami wins pretty much about $500,000.
450,000.
Yes, I would say 500,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's where it is at.
Yes.
And the thing is, with the men, as I keep saying this, they just got to wear some tan solution and a banana hammock, and that's it.
And then we go through so much more as far as the getting ready for a show. The hair, the
Hmm.
makeup, the nails, the eyelash, the suits. We do a lot more. Yes, we do.
Hmm.
I'm just hoping that eventually one day, that we'll be equal. We'll be on the same level field, and we get the same pay. One day.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be
We can
nice,
only
but
hope
you
and
know
pray.
what? Yeah, it'd be least I would say pay you just enough where hey, after I pay for this, pay for that, I have something in my pocket instead of being in the hole. You know,
Exactly.
keep you in the black, as they say in finances.
In Wall
Oh,
Street.
here we go. Yeah, here we go. Is from Brooke Brown again. Brooke is he loves you, ladies. Miss Stacy, what other sports are you into? He said he's a.
Um, track and field. I went to track
Mhm.
and field. I was a sprinter, so I did the 400, 4x1 relay, 200, and 100. I'm a sprinter. I don't
Mhm.
really like that long distance running. I do it because I'm in the military. I'll give you my 2 miles, but I'm a sprinter. That's my other sport that I love.
Yeah, and like I said, I remember I sent a video a while back where the Jamaican team they won the was a 200 was it 200 100 and was it the one that I
100.
said the one where where Shakari Richardson got blowed out. Oh gosh.
Yes. Jamaica
Well,
won
yeah,
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
yeah. As always, yeah. But we'll get back. Red, white, blue. Red, white, and blue.
One
America,
day.
America, 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 America. All right. Okay, Al. Ain't no angel says that he's from Brooklyn, Flatbush. Ooh, Flatbush. Ooh,
Okay. I
ooh.
know. I know that area.
I
I
know.
know
I knew
Flatbush.
somebody. I knew somebody from Brownsville. Ooh, that's a
Okay.
very okay. Once again, we have here is Brooke Brown. He loves asking ladies questions. Brooke like to ask Miss Stacy, do you have any advice for a aspiring bodybuilder in a wheelchair with diabetes? Ooh, Brooke, that's up.
Aspiring bodybuilder in a wheelchair with diabetes. Okay. First step is what is the diet like? Most people think that the hardest part of being a bodybuilder is going to the gym. It honestly is not the gym. It's the diet. The main focus of training is the diet. Like being a bodybuilder, it's the diet. If you can't stick to that nutrition plan, you might as well don't even think about it. I mean, other things can come to the game and other factors that can ruin your competition look. But if you're not if you're not able to stick to a diet, it's going to be really hard. That's for
Mhm,
sure. As far as the individual being diabetic, first, the next thing I would recommend is ensure that they have the proper nutrition. So that nutrition has to be ran by their doctor to ensure that they're getting the right amount of nutrients that they need, and it's gonna affect them the right way because diabetic, they can't have too much sugar, you can't have too much this, then insulin spikes. You got to make sure everything is on point with your diet. So
mhm,
whomever you do, if you do decide to hire a coach, which I highly recommend, I would suggest that coach has a MD and also has some type of nutritional background. Because my coach, my brother, my trainer is AMD, and he's a nutritionist. So, you know, I don't have any questions about, oh, what am I eating? Is this right? I know for without a doubt that that's what I need to be eating. So that is my best advice to you. And again, it's your dream, your passion, it's what you want to do. Don't let anyone tell you because you're in a wheelchair, you can't do it. You can do anything that you put your mind to. So that
mhm.
wheelchair is simply that, a wheelchair. I have a friend he's a pro bodybuilder and he's in a wheelchair. And if you see this man do pull-ups, I'm like, golly, he's making me look bad. And I complain, oh man, pull-ups. Let me just do it assisted. He doesn't have the capability of getting on an assisted machine to to support his legs, so he has to pull himself up. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. You can do it. Go for it. I recommend you go for it. Do it.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's
and
my
Brooke,
that's my advice.
you got that right. And Brooke says, "Will you be my coach?" I think he likes you. He likes you. And-
Brooke, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I find, and this is not for you specifically, Brooke, or it's just I find that the passion that I have for the sport, I can't seem to find that those individuals that say, "Hey, I want you to train me, I want you to coach me," the individuals that come to me, if you come to me, I would hope that you have the passion and the drive. And if you don't, then you're wasting your time and you're wasting my time. And that's why I have backed down from being a personal trainer and coaching because
Mhm.
the passion that I have, the individuals, I don't want you to have the same passion, but I want you to at least have some passion for what you're doing. And if you don't have that, then there's no need for it. You know what I mean? Like, don't waste my time. Don't. If you're gonna go to the range, we're gonna shoot. We're not going to
Mhm.
the range to look at the weapons. We're going to the range to shoot. So if you're coming to me for training, we're going to train. I don't want to hear, oh, my nails broke, my back hurts, I have sciatica. Trust me, I have a lot of issues that no one would ever believe I have or know that I have because guess I don't have time to bitch and moan about it. I work through my pain. I literally work through my pain. Some of my videos that you see, like I'm on the ground dead after leg day, yes, I'm damn near death. Yes, because I'm in pain from the leg day and I'm in pain from previous injuries. But I fight through. So it's all about what you want. I fight through my pain.
Mhm. Yeah, she fights through
So
her pain,
go for it.
people. She fights through her pain. Feel the pain. Yeah, and like I say about nutrition,
Yes.
as you know, if y'all watch my video I made, she didn't like it too much. I can give her, but but she loves cookies, and that's the thing with y'all ladies is that carbs. Y'all be like Pookie in New Jack City. You be calling me, man. Be calling my name. Be calling my name.
I do. I don't know. I had a thing for Oreos and now I don't.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
always.
it's like every competition there's a different craving. That particular show, it was a craving for Oreos, a different type. And it seems like every as closer I got to the show, they came out with a different flavor. Red velvet, pumpkin spice, this, that, something new. So it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to get us. Now I'm just like I'm over. I
Yeah,
actually haven't even had an Oreo all year.
yeah.
No, the
I saw that.
entire
Yeah.
then I've been on prep all year.
I know. I usually buy the new golden Oreos, and I think I bought a pack of the
Hmm.
regular Oreos like a while back, and then I had a box of Krispy Kremes, and those are things I just oh my god.
No, 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 no.
see,
No, no,
see,
no.
so because
Bad influence.
because
Sugar
like
diabetes.
yeah. Well, I should be careful because it's in my mom. She had it. One of my older sisters got it. I've been tested, never been diagnosed with it, but I used to keep crossing my fingers. Right here we have James Henry. May I ask you guys a question? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, anytime you want. This is why we do this platform. If you got a question you want to ask me or my guest, just ask it. And we'll give you the answers the best way we can. Now, like I said, I'm enjoying this conversation with Ms. Nunez. And the question is, what is your rank right now in the Army?
Who is inquiring about my Stay out of my
Hey, hey,
pocket, people.
hey.
I'm just kidding. I am a proud E6 in the United States Army. I am up for E7. I'm just waiting my turn. But I'm a proud
and
E6 in the United States Army.
and for us civvies, what's that translated to? What you gotta translate
Oh
that.
yeah, for the civilians, that is a staff sergeant.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's a pretty good ranking. It's like in the military, she's unenlisted, meaning that the highest you can go is probably I think sergeant major.
Mm,
Yeah, and
yes.
that's the highest rank you can go. And you start off, you start off as a buck private, and then you climb up the ladder. And the army is, I think, as you know, as often I've heard that it's you can do, how well you do, you got a good fast track in position. I think often I heard that the Marines are the hardest ones to get to climb up the ladder. And you were in the Navy, which was the bigger brother to the Marines.
Yes, but I think it's actually harder in the Navy because the Navy we actually test You take a test with how what 5,000 plus people, depending on what your job title is. You take a test with those other individuals, and and it doesn't even matter like who scores the highest because I scored high enough to promote, but I still didn't get promoted because there's so many of us. So with the Navy, the I was going for E6, so E7s are still still there holding the space. So until they get out of the way, so to speak, then we can advance to the next rank. But if it's too many people in that particular rank, it's going to be harder for us to push forth. But in the Army, which is way different, and I think it's a lot better, is we don't take a test, and it's just based on our package and your appearance in front of the board. They give you as a board of maybe 6 to 8, E7 to E up to the E9, and they ask you questions, and you have to know current events. And once you pass the board and your package, it looks good as far as your scoring for the PT test, the when you go to the weapons range, and whatever other schooling that you've done, you get advanced. So
Mhm.
it's all with the Army, it's on a point system. With the Navy, it's may the best
Test.
man or woman win.
Like it's like that movie. Like I like court movies. Like the movie with the Thunderdome with Tina Turner and Mel Gibson. One man in a, two men in a, one man leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Exactly. That's
anyway,
what.
yeah. Right here we have Brooke again. I'm very passionate about becoming a bodybuilder. I have been ever since I was a kid and saw Lou Ferrigno on as the Hulk when we created for NBC. Yeah, I remember the old TV show with the Hulk. Lou
Hmm.
Ferrigno. And Lou, I remember if you one of the most famous documentaries about bodybuilding was the movie Pumping Iron, and there's a part where Lou and Arnold Schwarzenegger were having an argument, and Lou said like, "Oh Lou, your muscles are too small. Oh Lou," and Lou, even when remember he was doing some Marvel movies, and he still looked like he could play the Hulk. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
maintained
yeah,
that
yeah.
physique.
Uh, KL ain't no angel again. KL, I love cookies too. Two sweets are my kryptonite. Don't know if I could do the competitive bodybuilding thing, but love the women that do it. He loves you ladies too. Again, it's Brooke. Miss Stacy, did you realize you want to become a soldier? When you realize you want to become a soldier? That's what he's asking.
Um, so when I first decided I wanted to be in the military, I actually knocked on the Marines door first. Um, my mom was not fond of the Marines because she wouldn't sign for me to join. So the Marine recruiter took me over to the Navy. So I've always wanted to be in the military. Um, I don't know what it was about the military. I just wanted. I love challenges, so I just always wanted to see if I can measure up to those people to see what they were doing. I thought they were like so badass. And then there was GI Jane, right? So I was
Yeah,
like, oh man, the girl. I want to be. I want to be one of those.
yeah.
So I joined.
Yeah, you want me Demi Moore? Remember? Yeah, I remember that movie. That was a pretty good movie when she told the guy, she told Master Sergeant, suck her. That was yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So.
yeah. Like I said, and like I said, the thing, especially when the military, I think it's you got to respect a woman who does this because you know not everybody. As you said again, not everybody has the opportunity to join the military. I mean, you might have the mindset, but you have to really have a heart to do it. And you have to get used to getting
Exactly.
up early in the morning. You have to used to taking orders from somebody. You have to maybe doing running every other day. I'm sorry, I'm kind of
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said, it does take a different. I said we're a different breed, and I'm just a different breed completely. I just
Hmm.
do stuff that the average woman probably would never think of doing. or I'm done. But it does take a lot of self discipline, and that also relates to bodybuilding. Because if you don't have the discipline to stick to your diet, training, getting up, doing your fasted cardio, whatever your training entails, it's going to be a rough ride. It's going to be a rough ride. But at some particular point in time, you will adapt. Initially it's rough. It could be rough. It could be rough because I was a rebellious kid, and I was told, "Oh, you're not going to make it in boot camp because hey, you don't like to take orders. You got a slick mouth, blase, blase." But guess what? I went to the Navy, and these cats are over there yelling and screaming and carrying on. Everyone's hooting and crying. I'm like, what are you crying for? Like, I'm ready for this. Like, bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Keep yelling, keep carrying on. All they're doing is trying to see who's gonna break easily. If you
Mm-hmm.
show, it's just like a dog. If you go towards a dog and you show the dog that you're scared, that dog is gonna tend to want to come towards you to try to attack you, right? So it's the same concept. That's how I looked at it. And I was like, okay, you can keep yelling. I'm gonna stand here straight face. That's what you want. Okay, I'm not gonna give you the reaction because you're trying to break me. But I'm damn near unbreakable. It takes a lot for me to break down, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna take a lot. So you can keep trying,
Yeah.
you just push through. It's a different mindset. Once you set your mind to and say, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go for it. Just go.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you cannot break up. You can't be like Rocky Balboa, like driving Drago. I must break you. uh,
Hey,
yeah.
that's their
One.
goal.
Mhm. Yeah. Kale is saying, I tried to do the service, but couldn't pass the test when I first applied, both Army and Marines, with the epidemics over 40. I remember I took the ASVAB when I was in high school, and I made 87. That's pretty good. I had guys, yeah,
That's
yeah,
super.
yeah. I had recruiters looking at
And
me,
you
but
joined
you
the
know,
military?
I was doing the thing. I was talking with Marines. I had a couple of Air Force guys look at me, but I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I just yeah. I was getting up in the morning. I was running sometimes, but then after a while, I started walking and I got tired. I said, "Nah, man, it's not for me, man. I couldn't do it." I just like I said, I was a mama's boy. I love me, mommy.
Can't just give up. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Well, you have to have the passion for it. If you don't have the passion for it, I can't get going.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
you're right. If you don't
Yeah.
have the passion,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna be it's gonna be rough.
Yeah. Miss Stacy, come from Brooke again. You're the true definition of a badass superhero. Wow. He really likes
Oh,
you.
oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Brooke. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you. I am my own superhero.
If you, like I say, if you could be a superhero, who would it be? Who would you rather be? And don't say, you can't say, what's his face from Black Panther, the general. You got to pick somebody
No.
else.
Um, if I were to be a superhero, I would be myself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a true superhero. If me, yeah, if me, I'd rather be Batman because that's I love the Batman movies. If you, yeah, because I'm a big fan of Batman. Because I like what I like about Batman is that people forget this. Even though he don't have no superpowers, and yes,
Hmm.
he's a millionaire, it's his determination that makes him a great superhero. He uses his intelligence, he uses his mind. He is
Hmm.
determined to do what he can do. He's alongside people like Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, the Green Lantern, and he's the only person. And even though like this, him and Superman are both two different heroes, they're both the same coin. Superman wants to be so much like a human, but Batman wants to be
Hmm.
more.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Uh,
be me.
Yeah. KL says he loves your mental discipline and drive. And once again, Brooke, he says that we found the Black Wonder Woman. Her name is Stacy GymDiva, the Iron Goddess. Yeah. Wonder Woman. Linda
Well,
Carter or
that's thank you.
Linda Carter or Gail the Dot. That's what it is.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, well, lady, folks, this is a wonderful lady. We get a conversation with her. If you, like I say, you have more questions with her, but we know we also got to realize she is a lady who is in the service. She's busy at time. We don't want to hold it up too long. And like I said, the season's going to be about to over. There's you have the Olympia coming up, and especially in the women's body division. What's your prediction? We all know the prediction. What's your prediction?
My prediction for women's bodybuilding
Yeah, for the Miss O.
for the Olympia, Miss O, it's gonna. What I do know, it's gonna be tight. It's going to be a tight one, and I'm a big fan of Andrea, and I'm a big fan of Ellie. I've trained with Helly. I've posed down with Helly.
Ooh.
So so I'm torn between two. But if I'm a betting woman, I'm gonna bet it's going to be a toss up between Helly and Andrea again, like it was this weekend.
Ooh. You're not gonna throw in Margie V. Martin in there?
I was just going to say I'm not sure if
uh,
Margie's coming. I'm not sure
I
if
think,
Margie's gonna compete. But if she is going to compete, we're gonna see. Yeah, it's gonna be that toss. It's gonna be the toss up of the three now to
yeah,
see
because
who's gonna battle for second between her and Helly.
hmm yeah, because like I did, like I said, I didn't really watch the show, but I did follow a lot of it. I was like I said, because it was a decent show. I felt personally some competitors should have skipped the show because and really try to concentrate for the Olympia.
I
Some
agree.
ladies who I follow, they didn't come as good as they would. I also believe that what should happen is I know Wings of Strength is the only show that controls women's bodybuilding, but what should happen was it should have been a true invitational. Invite the women who either didn't qualify or the ones who are behind on points. That would have been a lot better because the other ladies already had the qualification. And you should step
Yeah,
aside. And you should focus on that show, and let this, even though it's, like I said, it's invitational, but it's still technically supposed to be a qualifier, and opportunity
yeah.
because for somebody else.
Oh yeah, that's a way to look at it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it's to give the other women that opportunity to also compete at the O. Because, like you said, the women that were invited, they all won their qualification based on the shows that they won. Whether it was the Chicago Pro or Tampa Pro, whichever pro show that they did do, first place did get the qualification already. So now, I mean, it's just more points. No, I'm not sure why they push themselves, but maybe that's something that they'll probably look into for next year,
Mhm.
hopefully. You
Yeah.
know, to
Yeah.
give other women that opportunity, window of opportunity to also qualify.
Mhm. Yeah. Once again, here's this KL. He said she could be Nubia, the Wonder Woman twin sister, and she's black. If you didn't know, yeah, I know about that character. Like I do follow comics. Uh, Brooke says, uh, "God bless you, Miss Stacy, and thank you for your dedication and your in the service to the United States Army."
Thank you for your support, Mr. Brook. I appreciate it, and I'm sure my comrades do as well.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate your sacrifice and your hard work and what you did for this country. And we know just a few days ago we did had 9/11, which was
Yes,
one of the toughest days in this country in 20 years. It's been 20 years, and we're
I know. I
still
couldn't believe it's been 20 years.
yeah. Because I was working my job. I used to work at a textile plant. It was and we used to. Well, I used to work there. We used to have contracts making shirts for the Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, and
Oh,
I was
nice.
work. I was at work that day when it happened. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm hearing from the people like ladies back in the day. The ladies used to listen on the radio when they used to sew, and they're telling, hey,
Hmm.
they're saying that it was the UN that got attacked. The UN say, what was it? Then say it was the World Trade Center, and then it was said it was the Pentagon. I said the Pentagon. I'm like one of these people in my head. You think? Yeah, you think that, I don't know, turrets with giant guns come out of the ground and shoot the plane down before it even gets close to it. But, it's just something that happened, Yeah.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate time of our lives, and I still can't believe that it's been 20 years,
Yeah.
but it has.
Time flies, What were you doing 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia.
Uh-huh.
So I remember exactly where I was, and when it all happened, we got recalled, and everyone had to come back and come on base and stand duty, make sure everything was good on the ships. So I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing that particular point in time.
Mhm. Yeah. Once again, it's when you from your boyfriend Brooke. He says, Miss Stacy, do you ever do meet and greets with fans? He wants to meet you. He wants to shake your hand.
I have never done one. Um, I will be at the Olympia. I will be at the Olympia. I will have some pictures printed and signed. So if you're in that area during the time, I'll be more than happy to meet and greet and give you a picture, sign a picture
Yeah.
for you, Mr. Brooks. So yes, that's my official. I haven't even told anyone. So this is officially it. I just made the announcement. I
Oh
will be.
wow!
I will be at the Olympia Expo, and I will have autographed pictures.
Breaking news, folks! Breaking news on the show on Muscle Talk Monday, episode number 50. Miss Stacey Nunez has announced she will be a special guest. She'll be doing a signing at the 2021 Olympia weekend. You know, the Olympia is going to be next month in October, between the
October
7th and
7th,
the 10th. Yeah,
and
and
I'll
it's going to
be
be
there.
she'll be at the expo. It's going to be in Orlando, Florida. Do yourself a favor. Meet this lady. Talk to her. Shake her hand. Tell her she's just
Take
one of these
pictures.
special people. You know, you know. Even,
Yeah.
even though with the virus going around, don't want to shake hands. Do a fist bump. That's just as good. You know, wear gloves. You need to. You feel like you feel comfortable like that. And like I said, also when we talk about is with the virus going on, what was training like? A lot of shows was canceled last year. You got your pro card back in 2019. Were you planning to compete in 2020 until everything went, the whole bag just went empty out?
So I got my pro. This is 21, right? I got my pro
Yeah.
card in 2020, which
Okay.
was the same weekend that I did the Savannah Pro. So September 4th, I got my pro card. A year ago, to date, I got my pro card. And training, I trained. I was privileged to have a personal gym that was open to me, and I trained the entire quarantine period. California was locked down. I trained every single day. Like it was, I was on. I took it as I was on a deployment. The only thing I could do was eat, sleep, and work out. So that's exactly what I did: eat, sleep, work out, eat and repeat every day, every single day. And my brother was there with me, pushing me, driving me to make sure that we got it done. And we said, okay, everybody's using COVID as a excuse not to hit the gym and not to do what they need to do, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna go and we're gonna go get this pro card in Pittsburgh. So that's exactly what we did. We went in and we got the pro card in Pittsburgh.
Hmm. That's a great.
So I did.
Yeah, that's great to get to do what you do, especially when things were going like everybody was going. We're gonna like we're gonna and to able to
Yeah.
still work out because a lot of gyms were closed, and that's the hard part with a lot of competitors. So there was like some shows were canceled, and it was a difficult time, you know. But
It
like I
was.
said, yeah,
Yeah, it was a rough run. We did the Pittsburgh show outside under a tent, and it was raining, cats, dogs, and I don't know who else was out there. But I mean, shout out to Mr. Gary because he did it. He made it happen, irregardless of what was going on in the world. He still made that show happen. And I mean, yes, it was raining. Yeah, we got dripped on in the backstage. Right before we got on stage, you had to be getting another coat of tan because the water was dripping from the tents, but we got it done. I mean, if if you put in that amount of work to get it done, and the promoter is willing to do what he did to get the show on the road, I think you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Yeah,
So dedication.
that's a trooper, and that's Gary. What's his name? Because I know I've seen the name before.
Gary Udit.
Gary
Gary
Unit,
Udit.
and he does most of the what we call like shows like the Masters.
East
He does he does East Coast shows. He does the North American. I think
North
also. Yeah, I mean,
America.
and I talked about this that he does some of the Masters, and
Mm.
would you consider doing a master show? Because I think he got a show coming up in Baltimore, and that's
Mm.
a master show. And because there's a lot of there's a growing number of women of 40 to 50 plus coming into the sport. And how you feel about that?
Um, Whenever you find your niche, wherever your niche may be, that number that people keep talking about, the AGE, is just that. It's just a number. It's all about how you feel mentally, physically. If your body can still take it, go for it.
Mhm.
Go for it. As far as me for doing a master show, I don't have a problem doing a master show. But again, there's only limited master show for bodybuilding. If I was still women's physique, yeah, I could have jumped in a lot more shows this year. But um, I'm done for this year. So now it's just focusing on getting me right for 2022
Yeah.
and picking
Get
the
a
show that I want.
yeah. Getting right and tight, and that's what we hope because we hope to see you again. You're a
Oh,
beautiful
you
lady.
will
You
definitely see me again.
yeah.
There's no question
She
about it. Hope is not a course of action. I'm going to be, God willing, I will be on the Olympia stage in 2022.
that's
So I
determination.
will be training. Yes, determination. Irregardless of where I'm at in the world, I will be ready to go.
That's
I'll be
great,
more
folks.
than ready. I'll be
Well, like
more
I
than
said,
ready.
folks, yeah, like folks, we don't want to hold her up because she's a busy lady. She's a military
Uh,
person. She has things she has to do. I
I
know,
know I'm
and
actually on my way to another military base right now. So I just pulled over to the rest area, and I was like, okay, let me do this interview because I don't want to be a no-show. So here I am, a woman of my word. My word is all I have. So
oh,
I
oh
got it.
yeah, like my you just said that like my favorite character, the Joker. Like I'm a man of my word.
You and these Marvels, I tell you, yes.
Yeah,
My word,
because I love that.
my
Yeah, I
word
love
is
that.
bond.
Yes,
My
I
word
love
is
that.
bond.
Yeah. But like I said, folks, if you want to get to know Miss Stacy, as you said again, she just announced here on my show, Muscle Talk Mondays, episode number 50. I get 50 episodes, folks. Thank you. She's gonna be at the
Olymp-
2021 Olympia weekend at the expo, signing pictures, shaking hands, kissing babies,
There
getting
you go.
opportunity, see her, say hello to her, thank her for her service. Recognize this is like I said, this a real American hero, and support her in her journey in the sport of bodybuilding. Because like I said, folks, we need to support these ladies. If we can't support them with, like I said, I have her Cash App and her other social media information in the link. If you can't support with money, support with emotions. Don't be that weird guy. Like I said, guys, this is a woman with a kid. Don't see no D pics. Keep that stuff to yourself. They don't want
Thank
to see
you.
that. They don't want to see
Thank
it.
you.
Don't be that weird guy. No one want to see your tattywhacker, your little tadpole. Keep that to yourself. Respect this lady.
Definitely.
She's a military service person, a true woman. And while we got you, you have anybody you want to shout out to? People you want to say hello? People that who support you and sponsor you.
Um, I sponsor myself, so hats off to me for being the boss. The boss.
And-
No,
but
my parents, I have a best support system ever. Like my parents are phenomenal. They are all not too much about the bodybuilding, but they will push me and ensure that I do what I have to do to get to where I want to go. My mom was like, "Oh, you're starting to look like that lady." I'm like, "What lady?" And she always, every time, she doesn't know their names, but it's Linda Murray, which is like my biggest, biggest, biggest. I'm just a groupie for Linda Murray. Um, but I love her and I talk to her all the time, and she always tells me if I need something to let her know or talk to her about everything and anything. So I want to say thank you to her for always being personable. And that influences, and I hope it influences other women, but it influences me to be as personable as I am, I'm already a personable person, I believe. I'm approachable. You can talk to me. I don't have my head so high up in the cloud that I don't see the other people that's around me. The pro, I keep telling people, I always tell people that pro stands for professionalism. Okay. You're a professional, IFBB professional. So you act accordingly. And I pride myself in acting accordingly every single time, everywhere I go, whether I'm in uniform or I'm not in uniform. You will know somehow that I'm militant because there's something I do or say that's militant. But as a IFBB pro, I always also maintain the same character because I want you to always. People always say, oh yeah, she's real nice or she's this. I will never want anyone to have anything negative to say with my name attached to it. So I pride myself in such. But shouts out to Miss Linda Murray for that. My brother, my trainer, my coach, my doctor, my everything, Alex Carter. So you guys go support us. The Good to Go Meal Prep Company. That's where I get all my meals from. Every single prep. My meals are done by Good to Go Food Prep. So check us out on Instagram. It's the same name at Good to Go Food Prep. My parents, like I said, my uncle Noel Nunez, thank you so much for all your love and support, and his wife Kate, all your support always. I know you're gonna kill me shortly, but it's okay. I can deal with it. I can deal with it. My brothers and sisters in arms, who are we have a lot of them who are also competitors. You know, to the supporters and the fans, please do continue to support us. It's hard being in the military at times. It's hard doing what we do, but we do it because we love it, and we just ask for you to support us. That's it. Just keep us in prayer every single time, and support us. I would like for you to support my comrades. Military Muscle was hit hard during the pandemic, and we're on our way back. So the link is in my bio as well on Instagram to support them. Buy them a T-shirt. Every time you buy a T-shirt, we send a T-shirt to a veteran. A homeless veteran. So everything, every action, there's a reaction, and that's the reaction. You support one, and you support 20 million others. You never know. Just continue being positive influence on everyone. You don't know who you're inspiring when you're out here doing what we do. So I don't take anything for granted. I don't take your support. I don't take your advices, any of those DMs that you send me. Or you think I don't see your hellos or I can't answer every one of them on IG, but I appreciate every single positive thing that you guys say. Thank you so much. And to you, sir, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You
No,
know,
no, 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 no. I'm like this. It's once again like this. As you know, if I keep telling people, I'm the fan of the Chris Nolan Batman movies, and the scene where at the end of Batman Begins, when Jim Gordon says, "I forgot to thank you," and I tell you this, you don't ever have to. You don't owe me no thanks.
yes,
I
you
do this because
always
I.
say that. You do say that.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
do.
right
But
here we have. Wait a minute. Right
appreciate
here
it.
we got from Salute to all the way George Page coming through. My man Marcus Bell, and he said and he said hello to you, Miss Stacy. You know,
Hello,
yeah,
Mr. Bell.
and he comes through. And from Brooke Brown, George Page, you're the man, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. He says you're a true hero, Miss Stacy. And like I
Thank you. I
said,
appreciate
yeah, thank you. And like I said, folks, this is a great lady I'm talking with. wonderful person. And it'll say again my joke, and and she is beautiful. Yeah, and I appreciate this conversation we having, and I'm
Oh,
hoping. No. We know you're gonna be back next year. You're gonna be back
yes, I
here.
will.
We know you're gonna make the Olympia. To get on the stage with the
Yes,
big
I will.
dogs, stomping with the big dogs.
Stomping with the big dogs. Holding my own.
Yeah.
I will. I will.
Well, like I said, yeah, like I said, folks, we appreciate the time we have with Miss Nunez. I mean, Staff Sergeant Nunez to be precise. Folks, if you like I said, her information is in the in the description. She also has a cash app, so if you feel like you want to make a little donation, it'd be appreciative because it can go to the next thing. And if she's going to compete again, and also here's my rule again, guys: no D pics. Keep that to yourself. Don't be that weird guy.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be
Because I
that
will
guy.
block you and delete you. I will.
Yes.
That I will do. That I
Well, like I
will.
said, yeah, like I said, I'd like to thank you, and like I said, we appreciate your time, we appreciate your service, we appreciate your dedication to the sport, and like I said,
Thank you.
we're supporting you as much as we can, and whatever we can do for you, what we need from us here at All the Way George Page, and just out here in the world, we salute you.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
All right, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it all.
All right, folks,
Thank you
was a
to
great
all
interview.
that logged in.
Yes, and like I said, thank you folks for coming through. My man Brooke Brown, KL Ain't No Angel, Marcus Bell, James Henry, all you folks who support Miss Henry in this channel and my podcast. This episode 50 is in the books, folks. It's your man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Men Talk. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe. Have a great day, and we're out.
Have a good one.